three-legged little one may be used to getting all the attention, but when you are adding a new baby to the mix, things can really change fast. Lucky for us, we have an expert here to help us out. Dr. Nancy Cowder from Eastern Animal Hospital is joining us for this morning's pet segment, and we have Haloti back in action with us, who is very good with children. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
So welcome to the baby show. Patrice has dogs, I have dogs, Emily does. Everyone who's been in this baby mix needs to introduce their pets to this baby. So how do you start? What's the first thing?
Ideally, you start when you're pregnant, because really what you want your dog to get used to is there's a change in routine. So things like when you're buying that new baby gear and the playpen and the bassinet, have that stuff out and around so the dog can sniff it before the baby's in it. Get your dog used to a different routine. You know, if you're not going to be able to walk him at the same time you normally do, get him used to he doesn't get the walk the same time every day. When you're in the hospital and the baby's been born, ideally the dog gets used to the baby's scent before you come in the door. So a family member can bring home, you know, a blanket that the baby has been in, and the dog can sniff that. Absolutely. Dogs learn more by scent than by sight, and also the familiarity will help. So if he smelled the baby before the baby comes in the door, that helps too. When you walk in the door with the new baby, ideally mom walks in alone, so can greet the dog. She hasn't seen the dog in a few days, that helps. And that, you know, usually the dog pretty soon figures out that the baby's important to you, and you're important to the dog, so they get the hang of that. And basic common sense, you do not leave any dog, no matter how nice, alone in a room with a baby. Accidents can happen.
That's what I was going to ask you. If they're good for the first couple of months, do you start to trust them? And can you start to trust them? Or is it a never leave them alone kind of thing?
Definitely not alone for the first probably 5 years of the child's life, because very child-appropriate behavior can be frightening to a dog or even painful. Kids run around, they scream, they shriek, normal kid stuff. And a dog's only defense sometimes, if they can't get away, is to bite or to snap. So yes, general supervision, toddler age is the hardest time, and that's even more vigilant supervision than a sleeping baby. But yes.
Or a sleeping puppy.
Yes, definitely.
You know what, is it hard for anyone else? I'm having a hard time now. We're starting to get some baby toys, and my dogs assume that they're for them. How can you differentiate what's for them and what's for the baby?
I mean, you can't. Some dogs are going to leave them alone, and some are like, yeah, they don't know the difference, nor do they care. So things that are... With a baby, you're not going to usually have as many toys on the floor, but you are going to have to pick the stuff up. And certainly if your dog is exercising, has his own toys, he has something else to choose from. But no, the dog is not going to understand. I have to leave that because that's the baby's.
Dr. Cowder, thank you so much. And we're going to have you stick around because I know some of you have questions, whether it's about your own babies with the pets or just pets in general. So stick around. Dr. Cowder will be answering them coming up in the next half hour. If you have a question, send us a tweet at Fox Baltimore or post a comment on our Facebook page. Well, coming up...